You know the word rhyme? There's no word that actually rhymes with the word rhyme.
Line.
Time.
Apart from that.
Slime. 3. Rhyme.
Orange. You know, about the Cajun man, I had the orange and orange.
What would they mean by dorange?
Door hinge.
Door hinge. Definitely 2 points for you. Chicago hospital burned down in 1885, the whole hospital because of a candle on a Christmas tree. 3 separate Father Christmases died, and this isn't funny, by the way. This isn't funny by bending down to pick up presents under the tree and their beards catching fire. It's time to grapple with the unknown, the unknowable, and the never known.
What?
Yes.
Stuff
never known?
Stuff that no one's ever known?
Yes.
We're going to be asked about that?
Yeah. Pigeons, as we've discovered, the only birds that suck. But why would you invite one to a picnic? What are the dangers on a picnic, for example? What are the...
Bees.
Bees, wasps, or even worse...
Ants.
Either
Bad company.
Snake.
Snake and adder, yeah. It was believed that a pigeon's arse would suck out the poison.
Well, so you get bitten and then you get a stray pigeon and stick its arse on and say starts... How do you tell it to start sucking?
You wait for the pigeon to die, apparently, and then you use another pigeon and another, and when the final pigeon survives, you know that all the poison has been sucked.
Oh, but come on, can an adder's bite be that bad?
No, that's the weird thing. The last person to die from an adder's...
It'd have to be pretty bad, really, wouldn't
1977, a girl died from an adder's bite. It's the last one. More people die from peanuts every year than have died from adders in every century.
Lethal,
So who discovered that a pigeon's arse can suck poison?
Well, it goes back to Pliny the Elder.
No, not in the game.
Yes.
Everything he says is rubbish.
Now, lastly,
Was it a good idea for airlines to ban smoking?
Yeah, probably was.
Why would you say that?
You know, they stunk up the place.
No, that's not true.
Although I suppose if you looked at it on paper, no, they probably would be doing better financially if they hadn't banned smoking.
No, that's not true neither.
Well, what the do I know? I don't even know who invented a plane. I don't even know why you're talking to me. I have nipples, Steve. Can you milk me?
automatic control systems on modern airliners are so sophisticated, it's said that by the year 2010, today's flight deck crew of 3 will be replaced by a single human pilot and a dog. The job of the pilot will be to feed the dog. The dog is there to bite the pilot if he tries to touch anything. So, fingers on the buzzers, please. Julia, what are Madonna's plans for the prettiest airport in the world?
Oh, my God. The story is she goes to the airport, which is exciting in itself, and then she meets a baggage handler, and so she's the wealthy one, he's the poor one. He thinks she's a bit cross, and she's just a bit grumpy the whole time. And then something happens and the airport's sort of closed, and then they're just stranded together, like in the baggage section. And then she falls in love with him and becomes his slave, and then she decides that she wants to redecorate the airport and make it the prettiest airport in the world. And then it went straight to video because Guy directed it. But it's going to be a lot of fun.
Guy, who is in his own way, I suppose,
Well,
could be called a baggage handler.
Very much so.
What struck me about your statement was that he was from a place called Charred. Yeah.
Charred. It's
That
not...
sounds like the kind of town you'd want to get away from. In a plane.
Yes.
Charred.
Yes, he did run away and he moved to the village of Badly Burned in Dorset. There are all airport luggage codes, which means they would have recently, in fact, have visited Madrid, which is mad, Bossier City, Louisiana, which is bad. You're a Louisiana, aren't
It's
you?
called Bossier City.
Bossier, I beg it's appalling and insignificant.
And all like this. call that. Yeah, that's... Mm-hmm. Bullets
In
hitting,
both
yeah.
cities, they got their own...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Get them crab. Cajun. It's a very Cajun.
It's hard to imagine someone from Bosnia City becoming a professor of fine arts, isn't it?
Oh, no, you wouldn't see that.
Because it is an odd thing, but I mean, if you wanted to talk about, you know, Watteau or Corbier or something...
Water, yeah, we're talking about water.
There were certain accents where you wouldn't believe someone, would you, say, you know, say, I think he was a fabulous painter, his use of light was amazing. You know, you just wouldn't sort of buy it, would you?
No, you wouldn't. It's hard to have any credibility in the South unless you do anything other than play a washboard with spoons.
Yeah.
Which is an art in itself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's the round we call general ignorance. What or which is the largest living thing on Earth? Oh, yes.
It is the blue whale.
I'm so sorry, out of minus 10 points, it's not the blue whale. Have another go. Largest living thing on Earth.
It's a tree. It'll be a tree.
No,
like a redwood.
No.
Oh.
Do they have trees? Giant redwood, ladies and gentlemen. Not the sequoia. Any other thoughts? Largest living thing on Earth.
France.
Oh, dear me, Lord, no. Who was the first man to claim that the Earth goes round the sun?
Copernicus?
Oh, dear. Not Copernicus.
Galileo.
Nor Galileo. No.
Galileo.
No, he will not do the fandango. No, wasn't the playwright.
Euripides' trousers.
No, he was a mathematician.
Sophocles. Archimedes.
No. No, not Archimedes.
Og the Clever.
His name is Aristarchus.
Yes.
Aristarchus of Samos.
He runs a restaurant on the 7th.
In ancient India, say you were performing an ancient Indian appendectomy or some such operation, what do you do to sew the two sides of skin left that you've cut through? You take a soldier ant and you pinch the two bits of skin together, get the soldier ant, and it bites between, and then you cut its head off and it stays in the bite position as a stitch. The ant is a stitch. So you have rows of soldier ants as stitches, and they use them to great effect. In India.
And then you reach up to the top shelf.
Yeah. Sadly not. None of
Do you
this
know
true.
with pigs you can have, this is amazing, this is a true fact, you can actually have pigs' organs, pigs' valves put into your heart. You know,
Yes,
you've got a
indeed,
dodgy
this
heart
is-
valve
yeah.
that they can put the valve from a pig. I just find amazing, because what are the chances of a reckless young pig getting killed in a motorbike accident? There must be zillion. And then carrying a donor card, it's got to be millions, really.
Well, they
isn't
carry a donor kebab card, which I suppose is slightly... Who invented, ladies and gentlemen, the telephone?
I'm not going to say it.
No.
I'm not going to say it.
No way.
Richard E. Grant, this is for you. What ghastly blot on his reputation did your namesake Ulysses S. Grant share with John Prescott?
They both had a condition called erectus permanentus. Which is, no, it's serious. It is absolutely true. From, you know, the age of 5, it's been at full woody mass the whole way through.
What would you do with a bag of Gripples at Christmas?
Phill.
You'd be the most popular person at an S&M Christmas party. Because the Gripple, it grips. The Gripples have arrived! The Gripples have arrived!
Absolutely, I'll give you 5 points for that. It's a gripping device.
It's a gripping device.
It's a gripping device. The longest fence in the world uses Gripples.
Does it?
Yeah. What's the long... I'll give you an extra 2 points if you can tell me the longest fence
The
in
Great
the world.
Fence of China.
It's to keep people off the Great Wall. It's about 10 feet away.
There are puppies. What was the first domesticated animal that you could have found as a human being nestled around your Christmas fire? Johnny.
Very early days of Christmas, before the Victorians really laid in with it, turkeys would be brought into the house and they'd be gathered around the tree and they would be pampered and stroked because of their lovely, lovely soft feathers. And this was lovely for centuries. And then suddenly they were ripped open and had apples shoved up their arseholes and it all went horribly.
Can be fun, though.
Yeah.
Which was the second species of animal for humans to domesticate after the dog?
The cat.
No.
Prove it. The
I'm an archaeologist. You have to take my word for it.
The chicken, the hens, cows.
No. He's on a list again.
Gerbils, hamsters,
No.
budgies.
A sheep. You've all cuddled sheep before.
Blitzen, common.
You can't buy
Blitzen.
animals.
Rudolph. Reindeer.
Oh, well done!
Fabulous.
How did you pluck that out of the air?
Because when you said Rudolph, it reminded me of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, I must be more guarded in my tongue. I'll just
But
give the answer
when you
away.
shouted Blitzen at me, I was just scared.
Third point.
That's why you shouldn't be a teacher.
Yeah, you're right.
Here's a quite interesting thing about rhyming slang. I heard someone in a London market talking and saying, "I'm not Listerine," and I said to him, "What do you mean Listerine?" And Listerine is an example of a sort of a rhyming slang that's moved on one, because an American in rhyming slang is often called a septic, which is short for septic tank.
Yeah,
yank, which you probably heard. So if you don't like Americans, you are antiseptic, and if you're antiseptic, you're Listerine. See? So Listerine, yeah, there you are.
Why don't pigeons like going to the movies? Yes, Bill.
Well, I don't know. Pigeons don't go to the movies. There's nothing much is made with them in mind. Really, is it? Pigeons are much more into sort of German expressionism. Yeah.
Richard.
Because they're allergic to popcorn. Quite literally. Open-air cinemas, drive-ins where I grew up, pigeons exploded from eating popcorn. So it's
becoming increasingly hard to verify.
It is very hard to verify, because you grew up in Swaziland.
Yeah. Pigeon country.
Is it? Are a lot of pigeons in Swaziland?
A lot.
Oh, Dad, it's so convincing. It's not true, but I really like it.
Can I tell my pausing joke?
Please do.
The late lamented and great Sir John Gielgud was directing a young actor in the West End once, and the young actor was pausing a lot, as young actors tend to do. And Gielgud said to him, "Oh, stop, no, you must never pause. Never pause in the West End. I paused many, many years ago. And during the silence, I heard a voice in the third row go, 'Oh, you hideous beast, you've just come all over my umbrella.'"
So, that's very odd. That's fantastic. A reindeer about 14,000 years ago, hunter-gatherers on what is now the Russian-Mongolian border learned to lure caribou away from their huge migratory groups and bred them to create their own small herd, as it were, walking... Are you being a Mongolian?
No, I'm being a caribou now.
All right.
That's how they lured them away.
That's how they did it. Yeah. Very nice. Excellent. Which is the odd one out here? Paris, London, Poland, or banana? I think Phill got there first.
Poland and Banana are both the odd ones out, Stephen, because Down and Out in Poland and Banana would be a terrible book.
That's true. Good thought. Yes, hello?
I think it's got something to do with Help the Aged. They got branches in Paris, London, Poland, Banana.
Yay.
Hitler never invaded or planned to invade Banana.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a very good answer. None of them is the odd one out, is the answer. Do you know why?
What kind of a hellish quiz is this?
Well, fair point.
What one's the odd one out? None of them.
Hey, Is that me?
That's you.
Oh, bugger you. I don't sound like that. Simple. Points are given and points are taken away. They're taken away for answers that are both obvious and wrong, and they're given not so much for being correct as for being interesting. Their level of interestingness is impartially determined by a demographically selected customer service focus consultancy broken down by age and sex, i.e. me. Because there is no one more broken down by age and sex.